What's going on, world? I am Chris McPherson, and I'm pleased to be here with you today. You could have been anywhere in the world, and you decided to be right here, and that is a great thing. For a moment, I want to steal your attention as we talk about resolutions and how you can make a resolution every day. You know, the end of another year seems to bring about a joyous time of self-reflection as we all look back over the course of our accomplishments and give ourselves a little admiration for the things that we did do and some consequential understanding of the things that we didn't. But either way, we're able to come together a little bit at the end of the year to celebrate the holiday season and to think about what we want to accomplish in the new year. Well, around this time, most individuals will then say, hey, I'm going to set a New Year's resolution. A resolution, and understanding from previous messages, you guys know that anything with RE in front of it means to do over. So a resolution is just a way of saying I am resolving. So then if we're creating resolutions, it made me think of the fact that we haven't solved the problem initially because we are working to resolve it. Well, if you are going to create resolutions, my friends, I want to share some information with you as I think you can make resolutions right now, today, and every day. You don't have to wait for any day in the future. You can solve simply right now, and that's what we're going to talk about. So if you think of it in concept, making a change at any time is what we must do if we know we're not headed down the path that we want to go. But why would we ever want to wait to make a change that's going to be better for ourselves? Consider this analogy. So you are in your vehicle and you're traveling to a place you haven't been before. And as a result of that, you're using some form of map or GPS or application that's going to get you there. So you plug in your coordinates and you're off on your way. Well, during your journey, you happen to miss one left turn. Somebody was in the lane you couldn't get over and you passed it by. Well, now you are off track. You missed the turn of where you needed to go. Well, something interesting happens. That application, that app, it simply says, hey, recalculating route. It'll say, missed left turn, please make the next left turn in a half mile, a mile. It may even say make a U-turn when safe. But it is planning for your coordinates of where you want to go, and it is solving the solution of the problem for you in real time. It's saying you are not on path, and we need to make the changes immediately to get you to your destination. And you know what we absolutely do? We accept what it gives us. Further down the road, we're going to make that U-turn. We're going to make that left on whatever street it gave us. It puts us right back on our coordinates. And what do you know? We got to our destination. Sometimes you're able to get to your destination on time, and that delay didn't slow you down as much as you thought it would because you were able to solve for the problem in the time that it was created. You see, the fault in waiting to solve any problem means that the problem hasn't been big enough. Saying it differently, guys, you're playing around too much. You are thinking about solving something tomorrow when the only way you're ever going to be able to solve it is right now, today, in the present. See, psychologically, as we think about the concept of a new year, please understand that New Year is always right now. New Year's across the globe is celebrated on different days in different months and different seasons. And it is not January 1st for everyone. In fact, as we think about a new year, it's based on the calculation of days and time. Well, since a year could have 365 and a quarter or 366 days in it, and I can be on a time zone that says it's 11 a.m., but somebody across the world could be on a time zone that says it's 11 p.m., just start giving us reflection that time is something that changes with many different variables, whether we're talking about a second, a minute, a month, a day, a week, whatever it is. But the one constant thing about time that never changes is it's always right now. So again, if we're going to make resolutions and fix our problems, we have to be focused on doing that right now. One of the great ways we can do that is simply by reevaluating and understanding what the problem-solving process is. And there's 4 steps to help you do this. The first one is identify the problem. Remember, we're on our journey. We know we're off track. We missed a turn. We must be able to now get back to our destination as we plan. Identify the problem is the #1 thing we must do, because if we don't know what the issue is, we can never solve for it. Once we identify the problem, my friends, now we can move along to the next step. And that happens to be brainstorming ideas. Now, when you're brainstorming ideas, you must open your mind to anything being possible. We can't say this is not going to work in an idea form, because if we don't put the effort to it for it to work, it never will. So we must think of all the things that could potentially work to get us back on track. Well, we don't stop there. Once we've thought about every one of these ideas, our next step is to implement them. We must try it out against the process of what is broken. So we're going down the road. We know we missed that left turn. We understand now that out of all our options, we can simply make a U-turn. We can make a left further up. We can go right 3 times and come back across the street, whatever it is. But we're considering all those options. Well, our next step is that we have to implement one of them. What are we going to do to get the change? What are we going to do to get back on track? Well, in this process, you may implement one and it doesn't get you where you want to be. So you must continue implementing solutions. Your goal is to continue to evaluate the problem-solving process against what your end outcome is. You've identified the problem. You've brainstormed all the solutions, and now you're implementing those solutions against the problem. The only thing to continue to do is evaluate your progress. And if you are not making the journey, if you're not making the strides that you want to, then you must go back to step 1 and identify which problem is keeping you from that. This illustration is to only show if you were going somewhere in real time right now, you wouldn't wait to make any change to get you back on track. Literally. So why are you waiting for another day in a future state that will never come to start making changes that are meaningful for your life and you can be benefited for right now? Friends, my message here is real simple. Today is the day of change. Today is the day for anything that you want. And if you are going to create a resolutions list, maybe you should start doing that right now. And not only the list, but put action towards solving any problem that you may have. So remember, my friends, this is the Positive Place, where we come to learn, think, and discuss all things that are positive to help us along our way. My goal in creating these is to only give you some knowledge and tidbits to help you become the best version of yourself and to continue to think about how you can do that. None of us are perfect, and we don't have to be. Remember, you are enough in whatever state you currently are, as long as you start there and continue to work towards what you want. Give it your all, give it your focus, give it your effort, and create solutions every day for problems in real time as you see them, and you will ultimately reach your goals. After all, it's possible.